which is the one friend who you can always, you can always fall back on?
In real life?
Yeah.
Oh, in real life, as I told you, na, I think it's going to be all of them. Ishita, Riya, Sukhida, Uttara. These four friends I can go to at any point of time. And of course, here in Bombay, I have Shivam, I have Vyoma, Isha. They're also actors, and Pratik Gandhi, who is also an actor. So his entire family, his wife, family. So I think here I have more like families there for me.
Yeah.
But these four girls, for five girls, I really miss like crazy because three of them are in Ahmedabad, one of them is in Bangalore. So yeah, I miss them dearly.
Oh. Okay, so you just mentioned Pratik Gandhi, and you guys have worked in two films, Tunki and Lovely Love Story. So, Lovely
Yes.
Love Story is also released in the year when Scam 1992 came. Firstly, did you like, was that the phase where you saw Pratik prepare for that show? And secondly, did you expect him to be such a huge name, like a pan India star after all of that?
Honestly, I wanted him to be a star way back. Like
Yeah.
I've been friends with him since 2017 end or 18, I think 17, 2017. That's when he started it. Uh, I think I watched his Bay Yaar when I was in college, and I became his fan. When I was in college, I was a student. I had absolutely like no connections in the industry. And then when I met him, I told him how big a fan I was of him, and then I worked with him in Turkey, and we instantly connected as friends. And I just feel that there's this I just knew that this guy has to make it big, you know. I just knew somewhere in my heart, and I have like immense respect for him, immense like I don't even know, you know, I just feel that I was the happiest when Scam worked. I still remember I was so happy. I was into tears because I've been wanting this for him since so long. And it finally happened, and I was so happy for him, for Bhamini, Puneet Bhai, everyone, and because he's worked so hard all his life. He's worked very hard, and he's a brilliant actor. He's done amazing films. He has worked um, in some really really good projects even before Scam. उनका Wrong Side Raju बहुत ही उनकी अच्छी फिल्म है, बहुत ही अच्छी फिल्म है, and
Right.
uh, even in I personally really liked Ventilator. His performance in Ventilator was also very beautiful, and I just feel that uh, it was so overwhelming for me. I couldn't believe it took. So it's not just, you know, when they say that आपके आपके बहुत करीबी लोगों के साथ कुछ हो जाता है एकदम एक ही दिन में सब कुछ चेंज, तो आप पर भी वो इफेक्ट होता है उसका. So it
Yeah.
happened with me also when it was happening with him. I think it was happening with all of us who are his closest friends, or you know, his family for sure. Like it was just unbelievable. It was surreal, and it took us a month to understand that okay, yeah, this has happened. This has finally happened for him. So yeah, I think I'm just really happy about 2020 के दो चीजें. One that Scam came out, and second that of course that was 1 year which taught us a lot. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Also, but Pratik Gandhi took a break after Bayard. Like you said, you met him during Bayard, and he had taken like 2 years break. Like he was doing theater, but he never did films in between that.
Mhm.
So,
Hmm.
did you somewhere feel like, what if I don't get to see him again in films? Did that occur to you? Like, were you feeling a little bit like, you know what? I mean, I need to talk to him and convince him to come back, something like that?
No, I always felt that he would come back to films. He has to do films because he was so natural on screen. He was so good on screen, and you know, like Divyang and Pratik Gandhi have both been my favorite Gujarati actors since back then. So I always wanted to see more of them. And I think Wrong Side Raju came after a year and a half after Bear or something, like after a year, I think. So I knew that, Phantom has collaborated with Cinnamon Productions, and they're trying to, make this amazing film called Wrong Side Raju, and I was so excited. So I thought that would be his, ultimate break. Um, and it did work wonders for him. Of course, Anurag Kashyap himself has praised him so many times for the character he's done in the film. But Scam has just broken all records, and today, wherever he is, as I said, I'm just so over. Even right now, when I'm sick, day when I called him after Scam after watching it, and he told me on call that मुझे ना शबाना आजमी जी का फोन आया और मतलब उन्होंने कहा कि बहुत अच्छा लगा, तुमने बहुत अच्छा किया है प्रतीक. तो I was like, oh my God, this has really happened with you. Oh my God. I mean, I don't know. I'm just too full of emotions even right now, just thinking about that phone call.
Yeah,
And yeah, and especially, when you know someone who is an amazing human being, who is a great friend, who is a chaskela in his own sense, in his own way. He's a
yeah,
chaskela as well. He loves to work, so it just feels really good when good people get what they deserve. It feels very good.
true. Yeah. So tell me, are you like your name has been linked to Jayesh by Jodhar a lot of times? Are you a part of the project? If you are, what is the update?
I don't know the update as of yet, to be very honest, because I remember some media house had posted something about me online, and I was asked to not post or like talk about the project. So I just feel that I think it's still in process. So I think, of course, they will come out with whatever news once they're ready to come out. So I think I'm just extremely patiently waiting for it. Trust me, there can't be
Yeah,
anyone else who's been as patient as me about this project. But because it's been 2 years, so I nobody knew that the pandemic would come. I was so waiting for it to release in 2020, but then the pandemic hit and all our plans were flushed. But I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm very hopeful that it will come out at the right time. And although
right,
I haven't debated about it, I know that once things will be fine, as in once the theaters reopen, I'm sure that they'll be planning a massive release.
okay, okay. So tell me about your upcoming projects. What's next for you after Just?
Right. So there are, I think there's I lose track at times, but there's two films that I've done. Yes, there's two Gujarati films that are yet to release.
Okay,
There's another web series in Gujarati that's yet to release, in which I and Ronak are again paired. And there's another film that I'm doing with Ronak in the latter half of this year, and I'll be shooting with him again. It's again in Gujarati. So, so I think two Gujarati film releases, one Gujarati web series is going to come out, and one Hindi film is going to, Jai Bhai Jodhar is going to come out. So
right,
apart from these, I am still in talks with a couple of people regarding a few projects. So everything will happen gradually. I think nothing is happening in June, but
right.
definitely from July end onwards, I think I'll probably be doing a project in July and August.